My name is Fem-D. I'm a music producer and composer, and I scored all the music for Malika, Warrior Queen. Malika is a historical fantasy epic set in 15th century West Africa. I was approached to score this short film by the director, Royal Kukwe. We have a great working relationship. We've done some stuff with YouNeek Studios in the past. When he presented me with this film, I was so excited to see a powerful, strong African female protagonist portrayed on screen. So I was more than happy to do this. What I'll be doing today is just breaking down some of the music for Malika, Warrior Queen. One of my favorite scenes is the throne room. Looking at earlier sketches and designs, I was taken by how grand the throne room looked, and it got me thinking, how many rulers had sat on that throne before Malika, and how much wisdom and counsel was shared within those halls. I immediately started thinking about the voices of the elders, that type of thing. So I knew I wanted to use vocal elements for this scene. So this here is a session of what I did for the throne room vocals. As you can see here, I have several audio tracks stacked here of me singing. So if I play it for you. And yeah, it sounds kind of crazy right now. But if I add some reverb, you get a completely different sound. And then what I did was I actually also took these vocals and pitched them down a whole octave. And it sounds like this. Very, very ominous. So if I play them all together, it sounds like this.
Queen Malika, your charade with General Ra seems to be working.
Watch your tongue, Dubari.
Adding those sonic elements together was so much fun, and I think it turned out pretty amazing. When I was asked to come up with a theme for King Bass of Atala, I was immediately put into this headspace of creating music for a Nigerian Yoruba king. And I was immediately thinking, how do I keep those traditional elements but still make the music epic? And I could hear this melody line playing in my head with horns, and I could hear the horn saying Obatide, meaning the king is here or the king has come. So I thought, perfect, I'll use the African Yoruba rhythm, but then use these majestic and triumphant horns like they were announcing the king. So the first thing I played in were these agogo bells. And I played in some drums. And then I layered that with heavier drums. And then I played in some samples that I processed of a talking drum. And all together it sounds like this. Then I played in some French horns. And I also wanted this call and response thing, so I played in some trumpet trills. Then I had some mean low brass. And when you put all those elements together, you get the theme for King Bass. I had a lot of fun with this one. Let's take a look at the theme for Malika. For Malika's theme, it was very important to Roy to have the music epic, but still capture the essence of Malika and her heritage. Malika was inspired by Queen Amina, who was a Hausa warrior of Nigerian historical legend. So I wanted to capture a little bit of that Hausa Fulani vibe in her theme. And the one prominent thing you have in her theme is the Fula flute, or the Fulani flute. So the first thing I came up with was this flute melody. And so I just built everything around that. I played some violins with the same melody. Added some more violins with counter melodies. Then had some French horns with harmony. Then I added some trumpets. And I had these vocal samples that I pitched. And I played in these very mysterious pads. You could almost hear whispers in them. And of course the bass to drive the score. Now, I really had fun working on the percussion for Malika's score. I played in these Gidamba drums. I also played in these like timpani drum hits for some additional rhythm. Then I played in these massive drum hits. Then I used these ethnic woods to come up with a snare pattern. Altogether, the drum section sounds like this. And there you have it, an epic score for an epic warrior and queen. The final act of this film has a very huge fight sequence, and Roy and I worked very hard at getting the music for that scene just right. He wanted not just powerful music driving the scene, but he also wanted these very subtle hints at the themes for Malika and King Bass. Seeing this film win so many awards at film festivals, being featured by news outlets like CNN, having a huge premiere in Nigeria, and even now that it's online, free online on YouTube, all the views that it's racking up and how people are just responding to this film, it's really gratifying, really humbling, and I'm just honored that I was a part of this film. Anyway, I'm Fem-D, and you just heard a music breakdown from the animated short film Malika, Warrior Queen. Till next time.